During family game night, everyone went quiet, looked at me and said, "There's something we need to tell you." I was 16, sitting cross-legged on the living room floor with a Monopoly board between us. Dad put his cards down first. Mom reached for the remote and turned off the TV. My older sister Vanessa was staring at her phone, refusing to make eye contact with me. That's when I knew something was wrong. Dad cleared his throat. "We need to tell you something about your savings account. The account I'd been building since I was 12. Every dollar from mowing lawns, babysitting, birthday checks from grandparents. 4 years of work, $8,400 saved for my first car." Mom spoke next, her voice careful. "We had to borrow some of it." Borrow. That word hung in the air like a lie. The furnace broke in January. We didn't have $3,200 just sitting around. Then Dad's truck needed a new transmission in May. Another $2,100. And Vanessa's college application fees in March were $800. I was doing the math in my head. That's $6,100. Mom added quickly that they were planning to tell me sooner. But I was turning 17 next month. I'd been talking about looking at car. They had to tell me now. "When were you planning to pay me back?" Dad shifted uncomfortably. "We can't right now. Maybe in a year or two." Mom leaned forward. "It's family money, sweetie. You have to understand we were in a bind." Vanessa finally spoke. "We didn't have a choice. She was wearing a $300 homecoming dress. I'd watched her buy it last week at the mall." I stood up without saying anything and went to my room. I pulled out my phone and opened my bank app. They were joint on the account since I was a minor. The withdrawals were all there. January, March, May. Exactly what they'd said. Then I scrolled back further. My stomach dropped. There were more. Olive Garden, $43 in April. Target, $89 in June. Shell gas station, $52 in February. Small amounts over 2 years that I'd never noticed. Another $1,900 I didn't know about. They'd taken $8,000 total. I had $400 left. I walked back downstairs holding my phone. "What about the $43 at Olive Garden in April?" Mom's face went pale. "That was an emergency too." "What emergency requires breadstick?" Dad stood up. "Watch your tone. You're being selfish. Families help each other." I pulled out my phone again. "I'm calling Uncle Derek, Dad's brother, the lawyer." I put him on speaker before anyone could stop. Uncle Derek listened while I explained everything. Then he asked them directly, "Did she give you permission to take this money?" Silence. "What you did is technically theft. The account was in her name even if you're joint on it. You could face consequences." Vanessa started crying. Mom's voice was shaking. "You're tearing this family apart over money." Uncle Derek spoke calmly. "I'm offering to let her stay with me while we sort this out. I'll be there in an hour," I said. I went upstairs and started packing. Dad followed me to my room. "If you leave, don't expect anything from us again." I zipped my bag and walked past him. 3 days later, Uncle Derek sent them a formal letter. Full repayment within 60 days or he'd pursue legal action on my behalf. Mom called me that afternoon. She was sobbing. "You're destroying us. We're your family. How could you do this?" "Families don't steal from their kids," I said.